Hello everyone, thank you for coming back again for another video with us here at Computing Dynamics. I'm Tiff Iden, the National Account Manager here. Last week I came to you with a video talking about the 4 key finance reports that you can use right now as your business is coming out of COVID-19. And I promised when I was making that video that I would release another one that talks about Eclipse, which is our budgeting software, and how that product and some of the productivity tools that are built into it can help you recover as well. So I am going to do that video. You're just going to see it next week instead of this week because I wanted to just take a quick moment to bring you some of the feedback I've been hearing from our customers over the last week as I've been reaching out to people just to check in and see how things are going. The feedback has been surprisingly very positive. I've been so happy to hear customers saying that for the most part they're recovering faster than they expected. Obviously, March and April were some really tough months, and May was a real struggle for most groups and dealerships as well. But overall, I would say the feedback I'm getting from businesses is that the sales are coming back and faster than expected. So that's great news for us to hear. Some of the less positive feedback I heard was that, there really hasn't been time to be proactive in any sense of the business. So reacting to the ever-changing requirements around COVID-19 as we start to open up and do business in person again has made it so that we have to be agile, we have to be able to think on our feet, and a lot of dealers are spending so much time running around putting out fires that there's really not a lot of time to sit down and do any kind of planning work. So looking at reports, the budget that was made at the beginning of the year has probably been blown up at this point. So if you haven't had time to go back in and do a mid-year update to your budget to plan out the rest of the year, you might not have time to get to that. We are aware that that is the reality for a lot of our customers right now. And of course, as always, if there's anything we can do to help your business, please reach out at any time and let us know. We want to do what we can to help you. But again, on a positive note, a lot of customers seem to be recovering well. And something I wanted to share with you was the feedback that I got from customers about how they have been able to use Finex and Eclipse to make a stronger recovery. One of the conversations I had over the last week was with one of our larger group customers, and the feedback there was generally pretty positive. Things are not back to normal yet for them by any stretch, but it is going faster than they anticipated in terms of sales recovery, both on the new and used side of things. Now that they're starting to reconvene for monthly meetings to review performance, to keep an eye on those expenses, the Finex reports are actually making it easier for them to have these meetings because, as you know, all of us now know, it's tough to do things by web meeting. To come to a meeting and have that level of engagement where people are contributing in a meaningful way is really tough to do. So the feedback I got was that the reports that the managers are getting from the software are allowing them to come to these meetings prepared. They're getting the insights that they need to feel empowered to make decisions that are going to make a difference to the bottom line. So that's been helping them a lot. And what they're doing right now is reporting everything to a percentage of gross. So that's just the new reality for them as they come out of COVID-19, and the traditional way of reporting against the budget or reporting against last month's or last year's numbers is just not making a lot of sense right now. So that's how they're doing it, and they're saying that getting those reports automatically shipped to everyone's inbox. Everyone gets custom tailored insights specific to what they need for their department and their team is helping them to come in and have really productive, engaged meetings. So that was really great feedback for us to hear. The other thing was we heard from a few different customers that the mid-year release that we did for Eclipse. So once the crisis hit, we recognized that people's budgets that they had done at the beginning of the year or the end of last year were not going to work for them anymore. So we put together a quick release that was free for all of our customers in April for Eclipse that allowed people to go in and adjust for Q1 with what happened in the industry, but then also to try to plan their way to a successful end of the year as much as possible. The software with the update that we did is allowing them to reallocate their sales units and dollars now that things have changed. Obviously, there's a lot of new expenses that people are working with right now that weren't there before. Some of the groups are into the 5- and 6-figure range just for the plexiglass screens that they needed to install around dealerships. The PPE equipment, face shields, face masks, gloves, sanitation supplies. These are all things that really hardly had a dent on the budget before and suddenly have kind of taken over. So the budgeting tool is going to allow you to integrate that, plan it out across the rest of the year, and help you balance things as much as you can. As things continue to change, the nice thing about Eclipse is you can go in and continue to make changes to the budget, bring it back into Finex report as needed. So you can do that every month if you need to. So that's it. That is the updates just over the last week from our customers. I will bring you that video next week, like I promised, about Eclipse and how that can be helpful for you right now. I hope you all have a fabulous week, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to be notified when the latest video comes to YouTube. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you soon.